Okay, hey everyone, and welcome to the Class 66 Rocks Christmas special. Now, first off, as you will have noticed, we're on Christmas Day, so obviously there's two videos live now. These have obviously been pre-filmed and pre-uploaded ready. So first off, Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you're all having a good Christmas Day with your families, etc. So in this particular review, I'm going to be taking a look at a brand new Athearn model. Well, it's been out some while, but to me it looks really new. It's in HO scale, and it is one absolutely amazing locomotive. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we've got today then. So as we can see today, we have got a DCC Ready BNSF locomotive. And as you can see here, it is by Athearn. If I just bring the box up to the camera there, as you can see, it's ready to roll. So it's DCC quick plug equipped. I'm not too sure whether it's an 8-pin or a 9-pin decoder, but I will be testing this out once we've moved house and got it on the new layout. So if we take a look at the side of the box, we can see it says it's a BNSF GP60M. I think that's the product number there, 88807, and the road number is 121. Now this particular locomotive cost me about £40. I had it off eBay, as I've been watching another one, an SD70 Mac, for some time, but unfortunately I didn't win the bid on that one, so I had this one instead. So as we can see, it's in the new style of Athearn packaging. It's not the old cardboard type box like you've seen on previous reviews. So it is a fairly new locomotive. So what we'll do, we'll just take it out of the box and have a look at it. So the first thing that I'm going to show you, it's actually a solid, quite solid box. But like I say, the first thing I'm just going to show you is what we get in this box. There's quite a bit of paperwork in here, so I'll just put this down a minute. So the first piece of paper I've got in my hand is this. It says sign up for Athearn News. I'm not too sure that we're going to be doing that, as we don't live in the US, unfortunately. So the next thing that we have got is the parts list for the GP60M. As you can see, the flywheel drive. So we've got all the different part numbers, etc. on there. And the last bit of paper that I have here, it's actually from Model Junction, who I deal with. I didn't know that. So it was purchased and tested on the 13th of the 1st 2010. So we're on 2014 now, so it's 4 years old actually. And it is in really good condition for a loco of its age, to be honest with you. So as you can see, we have a manufacturer reference number and a description, etc. So the previous owner must have bought this off Model Junction as well. So that's interesting to know. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the locomotive itself. So here we have the GP60M. As you can see, it's actually styled like Batman's Ice Cube packaging. I have to say, it is got a similarity to it, as you can see. So what we'll do now, we'll just slide this top cover off like so, and we'll slowly take the locomotive out. And I've got to say, just look at that. If Batman were like that, I mean, I know Batman have the plastic parts that lift up off the loco, but Athearn have incorporated foam as well to support it even more, and that's absolutely outstanding. So we'll take this off and we'll well, it says we'll take it off, it's just fell off. Luckily not damaging the locomotive at all because it's still in my hand. So we will just take the locomotive out of here and move that out of the way. Now first off, I've got to say it has got quite a bit of weight to it, so that's really good for haulage capacity, pulling power, etc. I might actually have this locomotive on some BNSF coal hoppers if I can acquire some from somewhere. So a video will go online of it running on the new house layout once we've moved in the new year. So hopefully end of January, early February, I might be able to just have a bit of track down for testing purposes, and you'll get to see some of these locos being tested. So let's take a look at the locomotive then. So starting with the front, we can see on the top left and right hand sides here we have the road number 121 in the head code boxes. As we can see over the bonnet section of the locomotive, it is actually green. In fact, all Athearn seem to be the same colour scheme, like a dark green, medium green and an orange. But this particular one is a lighter shade of green. So as we can see, moving down, we have the windows that the driver sees through. We also have the headlights just here. If you can see behind the handrails just here, that are running along the walkway, you can see we have the BNSF logo in the middle there. I think, is it called Phase 2? Is it Phase 1? I'm not too sure. But the other BNSF locos that I've reviewed have had a circular design in the middle with Burlington Northern Santa Fe and Railway on, like a cross shape in a circle. But this is a different alternative of the badge, as you can see. As we can see here, we have these snow plows, or cow catchers, whatever you want to call them. I call them snow plows, but I guess we all have our own version of them. And also, as you can see, we have a knuckle couplet just there. So turning the locomotive round to the side now, as we can see, we have 4 wheels on either bogie, on the front and on the back, and also the fuel tank in silver, which is just this area here. As we can see, we have the road number 121 on the side, and we also have some grill effects that you can actually feel. Moving along the locomotive now, we can see we have the BNSF wording in block capital letters. That's in a dark yellow with a black outline around each of the lettering. But I'm sure it's either, is it known as Phase 1 or Phase 2? I think I've read it in a book somewhere, as each of the designs varies somewhat. So, as we can see here now, we have some more handrails running along the length of the locomotive, and as you can see there's a walkway just behind there. So turning the loco around to the back now, as you can see we have the lights on the top of the locomotive here. We also have the road number 121 on the left and right hand sides. I think the previous owner has actually put the detailing on because there's some grab handles, or are they called grab irons? I'm not too sure, on the back half of the loco. And we can also see we have the other Burlington Northern Santa Fe logo on the back, which I previously mentioned was like the cross shape in the circle. And we can also see we've got some handrails and a chain, etc. on the back half of here as well. And we also have a knuckle coupler. So turning the locomotive around to the other side now, we can see we've not got much any different on this side. We've still got the handrail running the length of the locomotive. You have to be very careful as well not to break any of these parts off. We also have the BNSF wording again on the side, and the road number 121 just there. So taking a look at the roof section of the locomotive now, as we can see we've got some lovely etched grille fan effects. It would be amazing if these turned like Hornby locomotives did. But as you can see, there's a lot of detailing and a lot of etched grill effects here as well. And there we also have two horns, just there. But as you can see, the area around here is a bit basic on the top, but the quality and livery of it is absolutely outstanding, and I highly recommend this locomotive to anybody who is into HO model railways, whether you're in the UK or in America. This is one locomotive that you have to have in your fleet. But that's it basically, the Athearn GP60M in BNSF livery.